not really contributing to the environment. There's, you know, we have a lot of vehicles, we use a lot of fuel, and to have energy prices increase is just not realistic for, I don't think, any business.
Let me make sure we're clear on where I'm at. In terms of energy, I want to see an end to our dependence on foreign countries. Okay, I don't like the idea that we depend on other countries for our energy, and I do have a vision. I would paint a vision for you that I think is coming, independent of what any of us say, that we are going to be energy independent in our state. We are going to figure out how to produce this, and whether it's solar panels or something else, we're into solar, but there's a lot of other opportunities out there. Here's where I'm at on this stuff. I think the government needs to get out of the way. I do not favor government mandates in any way, shape, or form, whether it be for ethanol or solar or any of the rest. So 25-25, where the government steps in and mandates what we do, I'm opposed to that total. Cap and trade, I'm opposed to that totally. But the idea of the market driving us to energy independence is something I totally favor. The energy home that we built that produces more energy than you need for heating, cooling, running all the appliances, and enough extra electricity to run an automobile back and forth to work every day, that home was economically viable. It was not a result of government mandate. It was not a result of government giving you lots of money to do this project. It was a result of Matt and myself and a bunch of other people that were a lot brighter than us sitting down in a room with a computer doing computer modeling until we had the home designed properly with a cost-benefit analysis of everything we did in the house to get to a point where we could design this house. That house is now cheaper for the people to live in. This is what I'm talking about, market-driven, financially beneficial. It's cheaper for the folks living in that home than if they had not put the extra features into the home. And in our case, we use solar and geothermal. But I'm not sold on solar or geothermal. I don't think that has to be the answer. I think that is where we're headed, for whatever it's worth. But I think there's a lot of other possibilities. So market-driven, job-creating, economically viable, government out of the way is where I'm at on this stuff. And I don't know if that's what you understood about me or not. I know that we have a lot of interesting political people in the race that would prefer you believe something different. But that's where we're at on the energy feature, and I think it's a good, solid spot. You want my view of where we're going? And this is where I get in trouble. I talk about this big vision that we can be completely energy independent. I honestly believe that within 10 years, when you look at a roof and you look at the shingles, what we're consuming today, those are going to be solar panels. Guys, it's coming. They're working on technology today to do it. The solar panels we used on that house, they have improved 20% in cost in the last 18 months, and we need 30% less space for the panels themselves in 18 months. This thing is advancing so rapidly around us, guys, that it's almost impossible to keep up with. What we don't need is the government in the middle of it. The government needs to stay out of it. 25-25 would have been disastrous. It would have, in fact, increased our energy costs a lot. What I'm talking about is not increasing. I'm talking about decreasing. That home, by the way, we owned it for 1 month before the parade of homes. We were in and out of the house, but people were not living there. We were cooling the home. So it's summertime, cooling the home, in and out, but no people living there. We Energy sent us a check for $408 more than what we used in energy in the house. So you guys, market-driven, economically viable, job-creating, moving the green area as quickly as we can, but don't get the government in the middle of it. They'll just stop it. So,
what happens in the winter when you've got snow and what have you on your roof and not a lot of sunlight?
The geothermal, you're able to draw from the We Energy system. So if you don't produce enough electricity, you can draw. But we do provide a guarantee for our folks, a 100% guarantee that you will not pay a gas or electric bill in your first 5 years in the home. And of course, after that, you won't either, but the guarantee's got to have some limitations on it. So they're going to produce more energy than we use, absolutely not. They're going to get a check every month. It's really cool. It's really cool. Guys, it's coming. It's just